Hey, how are you? My name is Marjorie if you're new here. If you're not new here, my name is still Marjorie, and this is Marjorie Made. This is a channel mostly about cross stitch. I also occasionally talk about books and hauls and other crafts, but mostly cross stitch. And today will be my 2023 WIP Parade. I'm so excited to show y'all all the stuff I've been working on this year. A little background, if you are new here, I started stitching in March of this year. So this is my first year of stitching, and currently I have 20 WIPs. So can't wait to show you guys. So I'm just gonna jump right in. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. I have a lot to show you. I will also be talking about my 2023 plans at the end of the WIP Parade. So stick around if you're interested in that. Let's get started, y'all. So my first WIP is called Doom and Gloom, and it is out of this creepy cross stitch book. And then here is the design. So cute. I'm doing this on 14 count black Aida, and I have a whole sheet of Aida, and I'm doing several of the designs on this. These are two that I finished this year, and then this is my WIP. I started this design specifically on August 4th of 2022. My second WIP is really exciting, and it's one that is pretty popular. It's the Haunted Library. It was a stitch along by Lola Crow Cross Stitch. And according to Pattern Keeper, I'm 84.2%. This is what it's looking like so far. I've done 14,227 stitches. Getting the thumbnail. All of the white is done in DMC, whichever one is the glow in the dark. I'm sorry, I'm reaching for it. Oh. E940 is the glow in the dark light effects DMC. So the candles, this little skeleton guy, his face, the clown, they're all in that glow in the dark thread. So it's on my list of goals to finish this year. I was almost done with this part, so I think after I finish this part, all I have is chapter 10, which is Mary Shelley and Frankenstein. This is, I don't know if I mentioned, it's on 28 count vintage country mocha. But yeah, this was the first big project I ever tried to tackle. My first ever stitch along, my first time stitching on linen. This was the project that kind of just started it all for me. I really, really love this, and I was so obsessed with it. I was stitching kind of monogamously on this for the most part, and I really want to get that finished this year, and I'm hoping to do that. It's on my WIP Go board, so I'm really hoping that I can get that done. My next WIP, at the time it was called Bonkers Sal, and it was by Barbara Anna Designs. It's the Alice in Wonderland. It's in a project bag made by me. And this is part 1. So all I have to do is part 2, which is the girl in the middle. I went pretty hard on this. I think I finished it, part 1, in like 3 days. And that's 3,262 stitches that I did in a couple of days. I worked on this non-stop. I was so ready to, you know, have part 1 completed before part 2 came out. And then part 2 came out, and I was already on to like all these other projects. So another goal of mine is to finish this year. I am 47.83% complete with this. Oh, and I wanted to add, I started the Bonkers Sale September 16th of 2022, and it is stitched on 28 count Lugana and Whisper. My next WIP is October Bliss by Twin Peak Primitives. It's stitched on 18 count Aida that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I started this October 3rd of this year. This is the progress. I found this kind of smoky Aida at Hobby Lobby, like I said. And I just had it in stash. And I thought that it would look so cool. Kind of like a smoky background for this. And I've got the first little pumpkin and the house. I'm doing a 2/1 on 18 count. And this Aida is kind of stiff. And I find it not so fun to work on. I think that's why I don't have more done, is it just was getting kind of bulky. But I love the coverage of two strands. So not sure what the plan is going to be for this. I kind of just put it away for the Halloween season because I had so many other things to work on. But I might try and get this out and work on it a little bit more. I really don't think I have much left to do. I mean, the bulk of it, apart from this, is the grass, which is just going to be fill-in. So I could probably knock this out if I really put my mind to it next year, I mean. Alright, so my next WIP is Mysterious Halloween Town by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's stitched on 28 count linen. I think I grabbed this at Michael's. It's one of, the tubes, a tube of material. I started this October 5th of this year. And this is my start. It says I'm 18.64% done. This looks so creepy because they don't have their eyes or their mouths. I really like this. I don't have any plans to finish it, but I'm pretty sure it's on my WIP Go board, which I can go over my WIP Go board if that's something I want to see. But if not, then I'm not going to go super into it. I can go over which projects are on my WIP Go board if y'all want. But those two projects are in this cute ghost bag that I made myself. And these ghosts glow in the dark. So that's really cool. Really love this bag. My next WIP, which is number 6, if you're counting, is the Halloween Wreath Style from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This was released October 7th, part 1 was, and they're doing it monthly until next year. And this is stitched on 28 count cashel and pewter by Picture This Plus. I have part 1 done and some of part 2. I'm already a part and a half behind, so I really need to work on getting part 2 finished up and working on part 3. It's so cute though. I haven't done the back stitching yet either in the house, but I probably should get on that. I really, really love Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I have a lot of projects by them. It was probably like the first designer that I bought a lot of patterns from when I first got started. That and Barbara Anna. I have a lot of her patterns. And I really enjoy stitching these. There's a decent amount of color blocking. And it's just fun to see the little aspects of this wreath come as they're released. Because I'm also working on, you'll see later, the Christmas wreath. And there's a lot in the pattern that you don't see until you're stitching it. And I just really, really, really love it. So they're going to release a part a month. And then I think the last month next year, like next October, will be the finishing instructions for the pillow. So really excited about that. And that project lives in my black cat and pumpkin project bag. WIP number 7 is going to be Miss Solar Ellipse by Nora Corbett. This is stitched on 32 count Lugana in cream. And I started this November 5th of 2022. If you've watched my channel before, you'll know that this is a memorial piece for my cousin that we lost in May. And this is what I have so far. This is like the center of her dress, and it's coming down and getting to the skin up here. I really love this piece. And I work on this the 15th and the 19th of every month for her birthday and her death day. So this doesn't get a lot of work, but I work on it those 2 days, and then if I ever am just, feeling like I want to work on it, then I pick it up throughout the month. But it definitely will be getting 2 days at least a month all of next year, and I'm hoping to finish it at some point hopefully before the anniversary that we lost her, but we'll see. WIP number 8 is Every Season. It's by Tiny Modernist. It's a 6-part project, and I bought all the parts from my L&S, and this is stitched on 32 count water lily, and I started this November 8th. I'm started in the center, and it's gonna say to everything there is a season. It doesn't say anything really right now. I love the colors in this. The cover photo doesn't really show like how bright all of the colors are. Like, as you can see, like those pinks and blues and greens are just so vibrant. And when I got all the called for DMCs and put them together on a ring, like they just look so beautiful together. And I'm just kind of working on this seasonally, but not necessarily within the season. Since there is every season, I'm trying to get like the center and then the motifs and the outer frames done. And then from there, I'll seasonally stitch each section per season. Moving on to bin number 2, we are on WIP number 9. This is Autumn Harvest Festival by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's stitched on 14 count Ada by Charles Craft. So I think I got this at Michael's, and I started this November 22nd of this year. Here it is. This is a really quick project. I'm currently 54.66% done, and I think I only worked on this for like a week, maybe even less than that. This is the first project that I'm trying to stitch in hand using the sewing method. So I think my stitches still look pretty good. That's normally everyone's complaint with sewing method, is that it makes your stitches messy, but I've been trying to be conscious of that, you know. But it's going really quickly. I really, really love this. And I thought this fabric was just perfect. Again, it was another one I had in stash. I bought it because I thought it was pretty. And this is kind of the perfect piece. I think it's very reminiscent of an autumn day. So that's Autumn Harvest. And that project lives in this cute bag I made. I love the autumn little mushroom sweaters. It's so cute. Number 10, WIP number 10, I'm not sure where it is, so I can't show you, but it is a Mill Hill ornament kit. I put it in my last video, so if you really care to see that, I haven't worked on it since then, so it's in my last floss tube if you care to see my progress on that. But WIP number 11 is At the Easel, charted by Artisy. This has been my passion project this week. After Christmas, I didn't really know what I wanted to stitch because I didn't really want to stitch on Christmas anymore since it was over, but I didn't want to start anything new before New Year's, so I kind of just picked up this project and I have flown through it. I am currently 13.22% done with this, but it's a full coverage, and I've done probably 5,000 stitches in the last like 3 days. Like, I cannot put this down. I put off this WIP Parade for 2 days because all I've been doing is working on this. It is flying by. I'm having so much fun. I'm doing this on 28 count easy grid, I think even weave. I'm doing it 2/1 tent stitch. I started this November 28th. And please ignore all of the hanging threads. I'm doing Royal Rose. I'm not going all the way to the end. I'm kind of just gonna fill out the Q-snap and then move it. But this is that progress. I am blown away by the detail in this. It's my first full coverage. And I'm just powering through this piece. I am having so much fun. Like I said, my goal for this next year is to get at least 50% done, which I feel like I can. I started at the 28th, so basically in a month, I've done 8,700 stitches. So hopefully I can at least keep up the momentum next year while also completing my other projects that I want to work on and the goals for those. But yeah, I'm obsessed. I already want to purchase and kit up more full coverages because it's just so much fun. It's definitely different from my other pieces, which I think I appreciate. It's like it's a completely different process, and it's like a completely different feeling. Like, I moved through this so quickly, and yes, the overall percentage is not going to be as high as another piece, but like I just feel so accomplished when I finish, you know, a 10 by 20 block. Like, it just, I think this is two 10 by 20s. So this is at the easel, and this is my favorite WIP right now. I think so. I hate to pick favorites. It's like kids, but don't tell them, but I think this is my favorite. So now we're getting into my 6 WIPs for 26, or 6 starts for 26. So I turned 26 in the beginning of December, and the 6 days leading up, I started a new project every single day. So the next couple of projects don't have a lot of progress on them because it was only a one day stitch. But I started this on November 28th. It's on 18 count navy Aida. It's Victorian Charm by Dimensions. And I'm doing it on the kit fabric using the kit floss. And it's navy Aida. Not a super big fan. I think it's this way. So that's all I have on it. It's definitely a very large piece and probably going to take me a couple years to complete since I'm not really prioritizing it. But I think it's really pretty, and I've seen the completed project on Facebook and love it. I think it is so pretty. So it's one I'll be working on every now and then. I'm pretty sure I put it on my WIP Go board just to put my hands on it next year and not just let it sit in my WIP bucket and not get any attention. So WIP number 13 is Good Intentions by Kathy Barrick. I started this November 29th, and I'm stitching it on 32 count River Willow, which is not the called for. The called for is kind of this creamy, tan, tea-dyed looking fabric. And I'm doing mine, it's kind of a green color. I have a very small start on this. Like I said, I didn't have much time this day, so I just have the start of her head and not even her eyes. But this is the fabric I'm doing it on. I just think those colors are going to pop on the green, and I'm really, really excited to work on this. I do have this down on my WIP Go board twice, and I'm hoping for one goal to do half and the second goal to do the other half so I can have this completed next year. It's not a very big project. It's 112 by 110, so I think I can get that done next year. My next project is in this bag made by me, and it's Winged Dreams by Barbara Anna. According to Pattern Keeper, I'm 13.9% done. I started this on November 30th, and this is on 32 count Ancient Ruin by Fox and Rabbit. I love this one so much. I did 675 stitches in one day on this. I could not stop. I thought it was so pretty, and the more that I like stitched it, the more I wanted to just keep going, and I'm ready for it to be done. So this is also on my WIP Go board for next year. I don't think to finish, but we'll see how it goes. So the next WIP that I have is Floral Dreams by Barbara Anna. I started this on December 1st, and I'm stitching it on 25 count Lugana in Pacific Metallic. I am less than 1% done with this. I only have 192 stitches done on this. And it's in my Q Snap because it came up for my WIP Go in January. So I have it ready to go. This one's really, really pretty. So I'm really excited to see how far I can get on this. I think my WIP Go goal is 7 days. I don't really do stitch count or anything for WIP Go. Apart from my full coverage, I kind of just have days because I work 7 days a week and some days are busier than others. So I don't want to put myself in a corner, you know, making myself do a certain number of stitches for WIP Go. 7 days is going to mean different things every single day, but I just wanted to put projects on that to kind of get me to work on them, which will motivate me to like pick them up again in the future, but love her. So WIP number 16 is Christmas Cat by Satsuma Street. I'm stitching this on 14 count, yeah, Christmas Red Ada. I started this on December 2nd. And I have worked on this more than just the day that I started it. I worked on it a little bit during the Christmas season. And this is how far. There is a lot of stitching in this. Sometimes patterns can be deceiving, but I mean, it's basically full coverage in the middle. So yeah, there is no breaks whatsoever in this. I really like it though. I kind of want to have it done by next Christmas. I'm not going to hold myself to that, but I might pick it up every now and then just to put some work into it and maybe have it hanging up next year. Me and my wife have 2 Siamese boys and we love them. So when I saw that, I had to get it and I had to stitch it. It's just so cute. So my birthday start this year, which is number 17, is the Floral Motif Sampler by the Scarlet House. I'm doing this on 36 count ballet slipper with all the called for, I think Gentle Arts is what is called for. I started this December 3rd of this year. I was actually in the Christmas cocktail room at the Jingle Ball working on this, and that's where I met the incredible group of ladies who actually inspired me to start this channel. So this is always going to be a really special piece. I can't wait to work on it more. It is the first time I've ever worked with variegated floss or fancy floss. And so, again, I'm doing 2 strands, even though it's on 36 count. I just love the coverage of 2 strands. I haven't really had a problem with bulkiness. I mean, I just started this piece, but I just love the coverage. I'm just trying to get used to working with variegated thread, especially using 2 strands. So if you have any tips or any videos like on YouTube that you've seen that kind of go over how to with variegated floss, please let me know. I would love to watch those. I've looked some up, but I just don't want to get into this piece and mess it up or have it look weird. WIP number 18 is Dreaming Miss Claus by Barbara Anna. This is on 32 count Lugana in Murano. I started this December 5th and it lives in this project bag. I did not have a very big start to this, just that little bit. As with all her other Dreaming Girls, I really love this design, and it is on my WIP Go board to work on, I think, for 7 days. So I'll at least put my hands on it then and probably during Christmas. So my next WIP, which is going to be number 19, is A Very Merry Christmas Town by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery in this project bag. It is stitched on 14 count iridescent Aida that I got at Michael's. I'm 16% done with this. I basically just worked on the bottom border. I'm only missing 2 of the motifs over here and then the Christmas town in the center. I put 1,381 stitches into this year. I'm really proud of that progress, honestly. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. It's sparkly. So cute. And I did sub out the white for DMC 415 because the white was obviously not going to show up on this. So I did kind of an icy, kind of bluey gray for that. Okay, y'all. Number 20, my final WIP of this year, is Christmas Wreath by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's on 28 count Heartland by Picture This Plus. I started this on Christmas. I just worked on the house. I did get COVID 2 days before Christmas, so this year it was just me and my wife kind of hanging out at home. So I got started on this. I did 437 stitches, which is 2.38%. It's not a lot. But I just love, this is going to be a pink house. It is so cute. One thing about me, I love a pink house. So I'm really excited to work on this. It'll probably be a multi-year project because this has 18,000 stitches. It's a very big project. And with me working on the Halloween wreath every single month, I don't know if I'll have time to work on this outside of my WIP Go goal. and during December. So we'll see where this goes this year, but I definitely love it, love it, love it. Okay, y'all, those are all of my WIPs. Please feel free to comment below your favorite WIP or your least favorite WIP, or if you are planning to UFO anything. I'm considering UFOing October Bliss, but we'll see how I feel closer to October. But yeah, I'd love to know what y'all are working on. If you're working on any similar projects, I would love to see your work and your progress. You can email me below, message me on Instagram, if you want to, no big deal. But I'm going to get into my 2023 plans and kind of the goals that I have written down. I am, like I said throughout this whole video, doing WIP Go. If you care to know what's on my board or would like to see a picture of my board, let me know, and I can insert it into next video or post it on Instagram. Just let me know if that's something you're interested in, or if you want me to like go over what my goals are and how I set that up. I'm also doing 12 by 12, the New Year's Eve 12 by 12. I'm doing it a little bit differently than everyone else. The way that it's, I guess, intended to be done is the 12 hours leading up to New Year's. You work on a project an hour. It could be a start, it could be a WIP. For me, I'm doing 12 WIPs, but instead of doing it from noon to midnight, I'm splitting it between the 31st and the 1st, because I'm working a double shift on Saturday, so I'm not sure when I'll be home, but it definitely won't be at noon. So I'm kind of planning to do projects leading up to midnight. I am doing one start, and it's going to be The Fruits of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. That's going to be my New Year, new start. So I'm working on that at midnight. So depending on how many projects I get done before then, like how many hours I have to work until midnight, I'm going to put the rest on the 1st and just spend an hour on the rest of the projects on the 1st. Just kind of relax, you know, kick off the new year working on all these projects I have. I have my list right here in my adorable Happy Planner notebook I just bought. So like I said, my midnight New Year new start is going to be The Fruits of Plenty. And then I'll just list the 11 other projects I'm working on. I plan to work on The Haunted Library Sal, Miss Solary Lips, Every Season, Autumn Harvest, At the Easel, Good Intentions, Victorian Mansion, Floral Dreams, and Winged Dreams, my Floral Motif Sampler, and the Bonkers Barbara Anna, the Sal, the Alice in Wonderland Sal. So that's my plan for 12 by 12, kind of customizing it to fit, you know, my life and my schedule. I'm really excited about it. I'm hoping I can catch some lives. I think Megan at the Seattle Stitcher was talking about doing some lives during the day, and I think that would be so fun to watch. So I'm hoping to join in on that conversation at some point in the day. It sucks that I have to work, but at least I won't be there all night like some people. So anyway, for my goals, I only have a couple set for next year. I really want to finish Haunted Library. That's like number one goal. I also would like to finish the Bonkers Sal. I don't know when I would finish that if I don't finish it next year, and I'm almost like halfway done, so I might as well just finish it. I think it's very doable. And then I want to get to at least 50% in At the Easel. I think it's 66,000 stitches, so, you know, 33,000 is going to be my end goal for next year, which I think is completely doable. In December, what I would do is I would work on one project for a couple of hours, and then when I would get tired of making decisions, because I mean, in a traditional like piece with, you know, breaks, motifs, color changes, you have to think and you have to figure out where you want to go next and what you want to do. But with the full coverage, I just work on a 10 by 20 block and I park, you know, in the space below and I move on to the next one. So it's kind of the project I go to when I don't feel like making decisions. So I'll probably do that next year, just have that, you know, as like an ongoing WIP that I work on whenever I'm not feeling my other pieces. Thank you so much for watching. I wanted to take a minute to do my little gratitude section. If you're a new viewer. I only have 2 videos, but if you haven't seen those, then what I do is I like to have a little section where I go over gratitude and things that I'm grateful for, because I think it's easy to get bogged down in the negatives and thinking about everything you want rather than what you have. So I just kind of like to take a minute and say what I'm thankful for. And I guess for this week, mainly it's going to be my health and my wife. Like I said, I had COVID last week, and it wasn't bad at all. Like, I'm vaccinated, so it really wasn't bad. But I'm just very grateful for my body for taking care of me, and also my wife for taking care of me while I was sick and bringing me water and snacks and making soup. So I'm just really fortunate to be able to have a partner who is supportive and can help me, and also I'm very grateful to have a body that can take care of me. So feel free to comment below what you're grateful for. If you're comfortable sharing them, please feel free to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I'm not super active on there, but I'm trying to be better about it. I've really just been working on At the Easel, so I don't want to post pictures of that every single day, but I think it'll get more exciting, next year when I'm working on, different projects. I'll post my progress. So I hope you want to stick around, and if you have any questions for me, email me, message me, comment below. I can't wait to chat with y'all down there. So I hope you have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.